Welcome to Ripped from Reddit. I'm your host Daniel. What's an unexpectedly well-paid job? UPS drivers can make close to 100k if you stay there long enough. Blew me away when I first heard that. It's really good money, but there are some negatives. The worst is that you are in a truck with no air conditioning that is mostly sealed up if you're in the back. In Florida that's pretty miserable. Also they have polyester uniforms. YouTubers who just copy Reddit posts into a voice thing and then upload it with the text on the background. Edit. For those saying people who actually speak and make it unique aren't that bad. I agree. I still don't watch them but I agree. My point is those YouTubers who literally just copy and paste text into a text-to-speech program they found on the internet. Wait, people actually do that and get money out of it? Unfortunately, yeah. Look at their subscriber counts, some of them. This will probably get downvoted, but I love those channels. They put people's interesting anecdotes all into one easily consumable video. Those videos are what introduced me to Reddit and got me to use the app. I was a bathroom attendant in a fancy restaurant. Made hundreds of dollars a night in cash to do next to nothing. Well, they don't do nothing. Their purpose seems to be to make the bathroom experience half as convenient and 1000% more awkward, and they always succeed. Pretty sure they're only there to keep people from doing hard drugs in the bathroom. Not a good sign. Regardless. And to stop unwanted shagging. If you have a strong stomach, cleaning up death and crime scenes pays very well and requires little education. I have a friend who did this. It definitely paid well, but he talked about some of the things he saw, and I don't know if I could do it myself. I just googled how much they make and all I can find is about $39,000 per year, and you have to be on call 24/7. Well, every 20 to 30 minutes I pull a lever and a train goes by. $110,000. Watch Netflix all night and play Hearthstone. $110,000. But what's the job called? Train movement director. I'm a switchman on a railroad. My job is not hard, but your job sounds way easier. Roughly same money, but I also have to brave the element. Mobile crane operator. Union guys pull over 200k and it's a trade that's pretty easy on the body. Operating engineers have a surprisingly high occurrence of back, neck and wrist injuries. They do make a ton of money though. Knees too. Those cabins in large machinery are not made for comfort, although I hear newer ones are a big improvement. Utility lineman. There is a developing shortage nationwide due to baby boom retirements. It's well paid base, but the overtime is fabulous. I have a couple friends who got into this after they left the military. They all make well over 100k. Storm seasons bringing tons of overtime. They're all in their mid to late 20s buying houses. Buying houses. This generation is fed. It's a sign of wealth if you can even afford a home. Ditch digger. Actually, directional boring. Guy I know was literally a ditch digger, but got into this by renting the specialized equipment just at the right time and right place. Fiber optic build out in the 1990s. He will also say that he made it simply by being reliable and trustworthy. I do not know exactly how much he makes, but he has an 80-foot sport fisherman. Probably cost 7 to 10 million, and he bought a $4 million property on a whim. To be honest, if you actually show up to a job site as a contractor and do a decent job, you are better than 90% of them. I swear half the time they will take a job and only show up to work when they run out of beer money, and let's not even get into quality of the work. I don't understand why every time this question is asked, a large percentage of the responses are skilled trades. The only reason I can come up with is the mindset in the education system that pushes every student toward white-collar jobs. Why are so many people surprised that the jobs that require a specialized knowledge, an apprenticeship most times, often as long as a bachelor's degree, an investment in tools, etc., is a decent paying job? In addition to that, tradesmen beat their bodies up, deal with nasty/hazardous materials, cook in the sun, freeze in the winter, are greatly affected by the economy, and have a much higher at-work death rate than most jobs. Because most people on Reddit grew up with go to college, you don't want to be a ditch digger when you grow up their whole lives. We just didn't know that ditch digger was a decent job. Plumbers, they can charge $100 an hour easy because people are stupid about regular things. You don't pay them to bang on the pipe, you pay them to know where to bang on the pipe. It is a surprisingly well-paid job, but you're paying for their experience and they often deal with your shit. When I needed one a while back, I was that annoying client who watched what he did and learned from it. So next time that happens, I won't need to call that annoying client who watched what he did and learned from it. That is me all the time. I love when they let me ask questions. Self-employed cleaning services. I don't know exactly what to call it. My parents started getting paid $35 an hour cleaning a community center to roughly $50 an hour from cleaning offices. My mom started it, then my dad joined in to help her with the hours and taking care of the house and kids. Eventually my mom got good contacts and started cleaning the offices of managers from factories, Sacramento politicians, and stuff alike. Can't express how proud I'm of my mom. She turned all those shitty Hispanic cleaning lady jokes into something brag-worthy. Wow, that's good. I'm proud of her too while reading this for sure. Garbage collectors in New York are paid up to $112K, a solid salary considering you don't even need a degree. The waitlist for those, which you can only apply for a very short window once a year or so, is insanely long. Airline dispatcher. A girl I dated many years ago I met because she was living in my town training to be an airline dispatcher. There are just a handful of schools that teach it. I had no idea what an airline dispatcher was, let alone how much money they get paid. Dispatchers at FedEx can make $150,000 per year or more. It also gives you a lot of options to advance at an airline, like being station chief at an airline. The girl I dated had a dream to one day be Air France station chief in Tahiti. I don't know if she made it or not. Hijacking this to add air traffic controller if anyone is interested in aviation. In Canada, ATC School is a free online application. Then 1 to 2 years on job training with a full salary while you're doing it. Doesn't require any post-secondary to enter. I'm friends with a few, and one of them said that in the more expensive cities some of the more senior controllers did 300 to 400k. I promise I'm not making this up. Janitor in the public sector. I approve of this comment. Username checks out. I drive machinery in a coal mine in Australia. I make about 170k. Even our new trainees are paid pretty well, about $48 per hour. I think it ends up being close to 90, 100k. Easy money for sitting on your ass in an air-conditioned cab. 170,000 Australian dollars equals 118,000 US dollars. Please tell me how I can get a job like this. Well, first you need to live in Australia. Collecting golf balls. Saw on the news a guy makes over $250,000 traveling around and using scuba gear getting golf balls. That's more scuba diving. If in Florida, that's very well worth it considering, as Reddit user Flaccoman954 said. Fine gators. Same with underwater welding. No one's paying you for the welding part as much as they're paying you for the possibility that some tube sucks you in and you die. I work at home as a closed captioner broadcaster for the news. I make my own schedule and make between $35 to $65 per hour depending on the job. Large investment to get started, but significantly worth the payout. Elevator technicians. Yeah, but the enjoyability of the job goes up and down a lot. Dog groomer. It's a weird industry, though, and a skill that really has to be learned hands-on. Grooming schools can be a good start, but I know great groomers that never went to school for it, and terrible groomers that spend thousands on classes. Just being good at handling dogs is the best foundation for success. It's not the easiest job in the world. It's largely commission based, and you're lucky if you get any benefits out of it, but if you get enough practice in to be good at it and build up a loyal clientele base in a decently affluent area, it's good money. The haircuts I do range from $70 to $175, and I'm paid 50%, which averages out to around $30 to $35 an hour most days. Not everyone tips, but those that do usually tip $5 to $20 per dog, and because I do about 40 dogs in an average week, that's an extra couple hundred in my pocket. So if you don't mind working on your feet all day, sustaining repetitive motion injuries, not taking lunch breaks, dealing with insane customers, and picking shit off dog buttholes, it's a good living.